Guys, welcome to the I Love CVille show. My name is Jerry Miller. It's good to be with you on a chilly Wednesday. We're live in Charlottesville, the Commonwealth, the country, and the world on the I Love CVille network. We have a lot we're going to cover on the program today. We have some preliminary plans from the Thomas Jefferson Health District. And when this COVID vaccine becomes ubiquitous, approachable, readily available, accessible, their plans for Charlottesville, Central Virginia, and the Health District, and picking this vaccine up. We'll talk about that today on the program. We'll talk the governor's announcement from Tuesday and his finally willingness to push for the legalization of marijuana. We've said that's going to be coming for, since February? We highlighted the fact that there was a significant budget deficit, and we discussed incremental ways for driving taxable revenue for the Commonwealth in totality. We highlighted casinos and legalized gambling earlier this year. That's happening. Earlier this year, we said COVID's going to make marijuana legal in many more states much faster because the states need money to run, and this is a new way to get incremental money as opposed to raising taxes on current constituents. That prediction, a reality. We'll talk about Charlottesville from an opportunity standpoint as it clearly looks 18 months from now or so, you're going to have cannabis retail on the streets of Charlottesville and Central Virginia. What does that mean for entrepreneurs and business owners? Remember, if you watch this show religiously and routinely, and some of you certainly do, I had about 4 months ago, call it 3 to 4 months ago, I relayed an experience I had in my building, the Macklin building on Market Street. And this experience was all about how entrepreneurs presented a pitch deck, a PowerPoint pitch deck, a presentation deck. And they wanted to be the first businessmen and women in Charlottesville to open 3 cannabis retail stores strategically positioned across our area based on density and where they predicted demand was going to be. So we'll do a deep dive and really unpack this on if this does come to fruition, which it will, and 18 months from now it's going to happen, who's going to be first to market and where for retail cannabis in Charlottesville and Central Virginia, and where should those entrepreneurs strategically open the locations? We'll analyze that today on the program. We'll also talk Durty Nelly's, a follow-up to that. We were the first to report on this program, thanks to a good friend of the show who watches routinely. His initials, J.O., I will leave it at that to preserve his anonymity. About a month ago, we talked about Durty Nelly's and Wayside Deli being for sale. We're going to dot the I's and cross the T's, offer a follow-up for that. The post for Durty Nelly's is getting some traction on Craigslist. Santa Claus. Where are kids, their parents, and Santa Claus going to enjoy the photo moment in Charlottesville and Central Virginia? Where's it going to happen? We'll let you know the obscene demand for parents, kids, and photos with Santa in Richmond, Virginia. I'm talking thousands of tickets being released online in Richmond, and these thousands of tickets being completely sold out in 2 hours. Okay? I'm going to ask where in Charlottesville, Virginia, parents and kids will enjoy a photo with Santa Claus. I mean, what are we, 2 weeks away? I mean, Thanksgiving is a week from tomorrow. Black Friday is a week from Friday. Black Friday is the start of the Christmas season. I mean, in my house, the Christmas season starts on October 1, frankly speaking. But Black Friday is the official start of the season. Where are your kids going to get a photo with Santa Claus during COVID? We'll talk about that on the show. There's a new restaurant that's opening in Charlottesville. We'll have those details for you. I'll give you a hint. It's on West Main Street. Stay tuned for that story. And high school athletes. High school athletes, because of the governor's announcement, restricting high school sporting events to 25 people. And those 25 people, guys, are going to be the parents. Let's be honest. Can you imagine you're playing a basketball game. It's Monticello High School against Albemarle High School. You're playing a basketball game, 2 teams. That means each team gets 12 and a half people in the stands. 12 people, 12 and a half people, 12 people in the stands for each team. Here's the question I have for you. Governor Ralph Northam, did he royally screw high school athletes for getting college exposure from recruiters? How the heck is a college assistant coach, a college head coach, going to go to a high school gym now with Ralph's announcement and recruit young men and women to play college basketball? We'll analyze that topic here on the I Love CVille show. Monticello against Albemarle is going to have 25 people in the stands, 12 from each team. That's no coaches. No Tony Bennett's in there. What's going to happen from a recruiting standpoint? Ty Jerome, speaking of basketball, got traded to the Oklahoma City Thunder in a deal that involved Chris Paul. The Miami Hurricanes have had 3 games rescheduled due to COVID, and there is literally no Las Vegas gambling or betting line for this UVA football game on Saturday. That's how bad the opponent is. That was the 3rd time is the charm for a makeup game. And on Saturday, Virginia plays Abilene Christian, a team that is so bad, Las Vegas will not release a line on this game, at least not as of this point. The first story, though, is something that I think is important. This is the Thomas Jefferson Health District's plan to get the COVID vaccine from Pfizer or Moderna, whatever it is, to you, and you over there. Central Virginia, okay? One of the things the Thomas Jefferson Health District has done fairly well, I think, is communicate. Their communications, and I got to give it there to, is it Catherine Goodman, who is their communications director? I believe she is. She's done a fairly strong job, I believe. So here's the plan. When the vaccine is available in our area, the first tier to receive the COVID vaccine is going to be frontline and healthcare workers, as we can expect. Also in the first distribution tier are high-risk communities of older individuals, many of those that have medical issues. So also in the first tier, nursing homes is a good example. Senior facilities. Frontline workers, senior facilities in the first tier. That's to be expected, right? The second tier is tied to availability. So as more vaccines come online, the second tier gets put into motion. And in the second tier, the Thomas Jefferson Health District is gearing up for drive-through clinics, much like what's happening with the flu shots now, where people stay in their car, they get injected, a doctor, a nurse, whatever it may be, an NP, a physician's assistant, comes out fully masked, in the scrubs, completely protected. You're staying in the car, you're getting a drive-through vaccine, okay? The expectation is early spring for Charlottesville and Central Virginia. Early spring. As we've said on this show, the equation for success for our community in our town is as follows. Now, wear mask, social distance, try to stay outside and not in big groups. And if you don't feel comfortable going out, stay home and quarantine. That's stage 1 equation of success. Stage 2, tests are now coming on the market, rapid tests, ASAP, $25 or less. Doc in the box, Kroger pharmacies, find out if you have COVID, get a finger prick, spend $25, get results in 15 minutes. Stage 2. Stage 3, get the vaccine to frontline workers, nurses, doctors, teachers, other frontline folks. Get the vaccine to vulnerable populations, nursing homes. And then the last stage is the ubiquitous rollout of a vaccine when we do get the shot in drive-by style. Okay? So that's the plan. I like that the health district is letting us know what to expect. Letting folks know what to expect is called the management of optics, and that the management of optics breeds confidence and comfortability. So good job, health district. Now, let's continue in the health space, but let's do it from a Commonwealth-wide standpoint. This is news we predicted months ago. Governor Ralph Northam, with Virginia facing a massive budget deficit, is not only going to legalize sports betting and gambling, table games, casino, slots, you name it, Sports betting, casino games, casino table games, card games, slot machines. That's coming in announcement in early Q1. Okay? So right after Christmas, the first couple of months of 2021, we're going to find out who got the gambling licenses for new casinos in Virginia. The plan for new casinos in Virginia is to make up the budget deficit we have now because tourism, retail, hospitality, F&B, all taxes are down in Virginia. The second stage of making up the money is the legalization of marijuana. That's what's happening now. Ralph Northam, a doctor, Ralph Northam, a medicine guy, Ralph Northam, someone who says he makes all his decisions based on science, is now saying, let's go ahead and legalize cannabis. Here's the question that I have for you. As a Charlottesville and Central Virginian, you know you have a very captive market. You have the University of Virginia here. The stigma associated with cannabis has been debunked, and it's now much more widely used. We see that with the legalization in other states. So if you're an entrepreneur and a businessman or a businesswoman, you got to be asking yourself this. First question. How do I get to be first to market with this business? Because whoever comes up with Blue Ridge Bud or a store for like Charlottesville Cannabis Company, I mean, that's not a bad name right there. CCC could be the branding. Whoever comes up with this concept opens up 1, 2, 3, 4 locations, almost like you're a pizza takeout delivery model. And you have one downtown. You have one, I bet you could go downtown. I bet you could go UVA Corner. I bet you could go 29. I bet you could go Hollymead, Forest Lakes. So that's 4. I bet you can go Pantops, that's 5. We certainly know the Spring Creek, Zion's Crossroads exit could accommodate that 6. Crozet's 7. You may even consider a South Side, 5th Street extended, that's 8. Those legitimately could sustain themselves. Someone in this community, a man or a woman, a group of people or individuals are watching and hearing this show, and they're asking themselves or thinking of someone they know who's going to be the Papa John's of cannabis in Charlottesville, Virginia. Who's going to be the Wilson Ritchie of cannabis in Charlottesville. The Andy McClure of cannabis in Charlottesville. A prolific restaurateur. It's going to be a prolific retailista, and someone's going to do extremely well. Someone's having that discussion. I got a pitch deck from people who wanted to be first to market and were looking for our involvement from a branding, advertising, and a potential investment standpoint. They love the concept of the Macklin building and this particular storefront where we're doing this show. They love the fact that it was half a block from a parking garage where the first hour was free. They loved the fact that there was parking in front of the building and people could come in and out. I was just like, guys, this is where I run my business, okay? What are you talking about here? So someone's going to be first to market here. Put your comments in the comment section. Let me know what you think on this. Remember, we have a $25 gift card to Feast on the line today for people to contribute today's program. We let you know, what was it, Judah, probably like 3 weeks ago, that Durty Nelly's was for sale. Well, we have a little bit of update. There's been some lukewarm interest. Everyone initially is like, oh my gosh, let's own Durty Nelly's. They're asking $75,000. We get a Charlottesville institution. It's right by the football stadium. They got that cool deli right next to it. We would love to own a bar. Then you realize you don't get the real estate. Then you realize the building is in significant disrepair. Then you realize the landlord does not really upkeep his buildings. Then you realize there's COVID-19. Then you realize the future of bars is extremely vulnerable until we get a vaccine, and probably a few months after, as the vaccine is accepted and consumer confidence gets back up to speed. Sure, it's a dream to own a brand in a business and a bar like Durty Nelly's. Yes, $75,000, which is the asking price. That doesn't mean you have to pay it. Yes, that's approachable. Yes, that's in grasp for a lot of people. Yes, that's a tangible number. People could say, I can do a friends and family raise. I can tap into the life savings. I can go into the stocks and equities. I can partner with a couple of buddies, and we'll each take shifts. And I'll work Monday night football night, and he'll work Tuesday night and Wednesday night. And one of us will always be there. But then you realize this business is freaking brutal. Then you realize this business, the margins are razor thin. Then you realize when your landlord does not take care of the building, you have some serious concerns and issues with the business. You're not buying the real estate. Remember that. $75K, would you make the jump? I know a lot of people are certainly thinking about what they're doing professionally because of COVID and are considering career changes. It takes balls to do that. $75K, would you make the jump? Now, my parents, because we were talking about this with them on the phone, also my in-laws, one of the topics that's coming up with a lot of moms in this community is where are they going to get photos with Santa Claus and their kids? Where are they going to get photos? Where are you going to do it? What's going to happen? Is the Boar's Head doing it? Where are you going to go? This question is not only prevalent and local to Charlottesville. Moms and dads are wondering about this across the country. COVID's impacting the opportunity to get photos with Santa Claus. In Virginia, you can only get together with 25 people. I mean, if you have Santa Claus, if you have a couple of elves, and the person taking the photo, I mean, you're flirting with 20 people left. A kid's not going to go there by themselves. And now your kid, my kid, everyone's kid that's under 5 years old has to wear a mask. Your kid going to wear a mask? Where are you going to get the photos with Kris Kringle, with old St. Nick? Well, in Richmond, Virginia, the popularity was so ridiculous. The popularity for Santa tickets at the Children's Museum of Richmond, I'm going to put it in perspective for you. They had to release an extra round of tickets, and that extra round was 432 extra tickets. You know why? Because earlier this month, the Children's Museum of Richmond sold almost 2,000 tickets online. November 2nd. Gosh, this was November 2nd. Those nearly 2,000 tickets to the Children's Museum of Richmond sold out in less than 2 hours. The next day, organizers added an extra 708 tickets. Those tickets sold out in less than an hour. So they come up with a third round of tickets. 432 went on sale this morning for the Children's Museum of Richmond. Guess what? Those are sold out as well. So at the Children's Museum of Richmond, they did 3 rounds of ticket sales to see Santa Claus. The first one, almost 2,000. Those tickets sold out in less than 2 hours. The second one, 708. Those sold out in less than 2 hours. The third one, 432, sold out in less than 2 hours. Quick math, that's like 3,000 plus tickets for a kid to sit on Kris Kringle's red knee. Who's the entrepreneur, businessman, or businesswoman in Charlottesville or Central Virginia that will create a 30-day business model of photos with Santa Claus? In fact, if you're watching, Jamie Schwartz, Picasso Swig. This is literally coming to me on the fly right now. Literally coming to me on the fly. This is what folks come to V&V Brands, our advertising agency, and they pay us well to do, is to create incremental revenue streams, drive brand awareness, get them more customers, and create incremental revenue streams for their business model. Jamie Schwartz and Picasso Swig is uniquely set up, I'll send this to you via DM as well, Jamie, to host Santa Claus at Picasso Swig in 5th Street Station. Kids wait outside, they come inside to Picasso Swig, they take a photo with Kris Kringle and Santa Claus. Jamie can be the one behind the camera if she wants. You sell a 15-minute slot. You can have a dope background that's festive, that people can remember for a photo that can turn into a Christmas card. 15-minute slot with Santa Claus at Picasso Swig and 5th Street Station cost you this much. When your 15 minutes is up, you leave, and the new kid and the new mom and dad come in. That is freaking brilliant. Dude, I'm texting Facebook messaging her right now. Jamie Schwartz, I'm going to use Siri. Jamie, you should listen to the show right now, period. I'm brainstorming an idea for your business live on air that will make your company roughly $10,000 in the next month, period. Send. All right, I'm going to outline it for you. I came up with this $10,000 idea at roughly 12:54 p.m. during the show, so you can go back and listen, period. Here's the concept. Santa Claus, Picasso Swig. Awesome background. Parents pay for a 15-minute slot. Kid goes into the store, sits on Santa Claus's leg. Parents get next to Kris Kringle. Photos taken by Jamie. Photos done very nicely. It's put somewhere online where parents can access after they've paid the fee. Maybe the fee is $29.95. Maybe it's more. I would bet you could get, in a 1-month period of time in this town, 1,500 photos. And what I'm basing that on is I just outlined the Children's Museum of Richmond that did 3,000 Santa ticket sales. Let's go conservative and do 1,500. And let's say that 1,500, a good price for this, moms will pay for their kid to have a photo with Santa. Moms will pay for that. You can charge a premium. Everyone that's watching this program knows I'm right. So let's say you do 1,500 kids, and I'm going to say that's a $49.95. $49.95, Judah. I think that's fair. $49.95. So 49.95 times 1,500. That's, good Lord, she can make bank. She's not. That's $74,000. $75,000. So, I mean, you see what I'm saying? That is a business waiting to happen. It's not a year-round business, but someone during COVID, if you figure out a safe way to take photos with Santa, you're waiting on $75K waiting to happen right there. 1,500 15-minute slots. 1,500 15-minute slots with Santa Claus. All right, Crystal Napier is going to join us in about roughly 1 minute. Before we do, the new restaurant in Charlottesville, if we can get that on screen, please, Judah Wickhauer. This is coming in the Draftsman Hotel. The Draftsman Hotel was home to Renewal. Do you guys remember Renewal? It was the restaurant that had the self-serve tap machines, self-serve beer. Renewal was pretty dope. Well, Renewal unfortunately got very little business, and it's now closed. The new restaurant in the Draftsman on West Main, the Draftsman is a super dope hotel. The new restaurant is called the Ridley, and the Ridley will be taking over Renewal, and the Ridley will open January 1 in the Draftsman on West Main. The Ridley is named after Dr. Ridley, who was the first African-American student to graduate from the University of Virginia. Ooh, I like that. I like that, paying history right there. I very much like that. I'm reaching out to Crystal Napier right now, Judah Wickhauer. I love this lady. She's super connected. She knows a lot of people. All right. You know what, Judah? I am not. Are you hearing her on that? Are you hearing that ring on your earpiece, Judah?
Looks like she might be connecting now.
Hey, Crystal, do we got you? How are you? Good. I'll tell you what. We may be having a audio issue on your end here, Crystal. I want to make sure. Can you hear me? Yeah, you can hear me? Man, I cannot hear you. I can't hear her. Why don't I do this? Do you have your phone handy, Crystal? I'm gonna call you on your cell. Okay, I'm going to call you on your cell. I'll call you on your cell. All right, I'm going to call Crystal Napier on her cell. Do you have an on-screen graphic for her, Judah? Okay, let me do this. I'm ringing her on the cell, and we're going to have to get the mic hot on this end over here because I want to hear what she has to say. So Crystal Napier joins us on Wednesdays, and on Wednesdays we spotlight businesses that she knows that are really making a positive impact on the community. I'm calling her as we speak, J-Dubs. It's ringing. Okay, fantastic. When she picks up, we'll get her on screen via phone and graphic. Hey, Crystal.
Hey, Jared.
How are you?
Hey. I'm doing pretty good. I'm a little disappointed that I guess my audio is not working on my laptop here.
Well, you know what? It's completely cool because what we're doing now is we got you on the show via phone, and then we have a really beautiful photo of you on screen while you're talking. So we can spotlight this interview that's been in the works, and she's totally right. Last Wednesday, we weren't able to catch up with her because of ISP issues on our end. Crystal, so introduce us to what's going on. Give us a feel for what's going on in your life first.
Sure. So, been quite busy right now, gearing up for the holiday season. Renee's boutique is kicking off a collection of gift packages. And man, I'm so bummed that we don't have video because I have an awesome display of the gift packages that are going to be on the site soon. Actually, are you calling me again?
I'm calling you. So we may be able to get the audio from your phone and then the visual from Skype. Oh, we're good?
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, so if you talk on the phone, we can use the video. Judah, I can't hear her, okay? So if you talk on the phone, we can use your video and we're good. So tell us what's behind you.
Oh, perfect. So yes, I have put together gift packages for Renee's boutique, and I'm working on creating a collection on the website where you can actually just get the entire gift package for your loved one in several different items, unique items that will be paired together at affordable prices as well. And I'm also going to be doing gift wrapping service as a part of the holiday as well. I'm just trying to make it easier on folks. I know we are all just bombarded and overwhelmed with everything that's going on right now. So I'm doing my best to make holiday shopping easy, fun, and also affordable for folks. And it kind of gives me a little segue of what I'm doing this Friday. I'm having another virtual pop-up.
Nice.
And Judy will actually be with me doing the pop-up, who I'm going to talk a little bit more about. And just before I go on about Judy Pointer, I don't know if you have any questions for me, Jerry, around the gift packages and the new collection that's coming to Renee's boutique.
I do. First, I want to give you some props, and I hope I don't get Sean upset here. You look absolutely beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I see we're doing the cream vibe.
I see that. I know, right? We didn't even plan. I really love, everything behind you looks so elegant and so Christmas and festive and so perfect for the holiday season. You just have such fantastic taste. I want to emphasize that.
Thank you. I really appreciate that, Jerry. I really do.
I sincerely mean it.
It's my job, so I'm glad I'm exuding and operating in my gifts. So.
You're doing it extremely well. All right, before Sean gives me a right hook to the face over here, and Sean's her fabulous husband. I love her husband. Give us some insight into who we're going to spotlight today, Crystal.
Yeah, so Judy Jones Pointer, she is actually the program administrator. Here, let me see if I can turn off the volume on my computer. Okay, is that better?
That's perfect, actually. This is working well.
Okay. We got to improvise.
Right?
Got to adapt. So Judy Jones Pointer, she's actually a program administrator for the University of Virginia School of Medicine for the Diversity and Inclusion Department there. And she's been there for over, I think, 14 years. So she actually ventured into selling paparazzi jewelry, and it's fashion jewelry that is extremely affordable. A lot of their pieces are only $5.
Wow.
And she was saying that this selling the paparazzi jewelry has really came in handy. Part of what we talked about a couple of weeks ago about how folks are, having a side gig, doing something for extra income. And she was saying it's a great time to have a home-based business that will provide the extra income and financial freedom for folks of all walks in their career. COVID has really, opened our eyes that we can't be just one-sided. We have to kind of diversify and, stretch our wings and step out. And that's part of what Judy does with Paparazzi Jewelry. And I thought it would be really awesome for us to have a holiday pop-up shop and talk about affordability, some beautiful pieces that we can kind of gift our loved ones without breaking our bank accounts. And we're going to, of course, always discuss fashion. And I love working with Judy because her pieces flow so well with the clothing that I have. And I call it my Thanos ring. This is my paparazzi jewelry.
Very nice.
For Judy today. We're big Avenger fans in this house, so I call this my Thanos ring. But just adorable, affordable pieces, and this has allowed her to step outside of her comfort zone, as she said, because she's, very much so in the mindset of being in the office, being a leader in the office. So that whole sales side and being out and about and kind of like putting herself on display, it's very new to her. And I'm just really excited to, just work with her and see her business grow. And I'm all about, stepping out of your comfort zone. I'm all for, trying something different. And she definitely is willing to do it. So that's what we're going to be doing this Friday night at 7 p.m. So tune in to the Renee's Boutique Facebook page. We will be live and have our virtual holiday pop-up shop.
I love it. Have you found many of your friends or colleagues or family, especially females, are they more focused when creating a home-based business now more than ever?
I have seen, I have kind of seen it more. I've seen more of my family and friends start home-based businesses. I've seen quite a few have started to sell Scentsy and other types of, I don't know I can't think of the word of what you call these types of businesses. Rodan and Field. Mary Kay.
It's multi-level marketing.
Thank you.
Yeah. It's when you get people under you, and then they sell, and then everybody gets commissions off of everybody.
Yeah, exactly. So I have seen them join those, and I think those businesses are really great for the start of understanding some parts of owning your own business. I think it's a really good start for those who might not want to, venture out like we have and take that huge leap of faith. But they want to test the waters and kind of understand what that feel of operating your own independent business is.
I was talking with Anwar and Laura Allen, who sells Scottish shortbreads through a generational family recipe, and they're doing Facebook Lives where it's Anwar and his wife Laura, and sometimes their kids or the grandma comes on to talk about their shortbreads, and they are selling tons of product through Facebook Live and Instagram Live, and basically what we're doing. Do you think that this is the future retail brick and mortar, what you're doing now, where every day for X period of time per day, you can come in and talk about a different SKU or a different item that you have that would be of interest to people? If so, why?
Well, I mean, considering our conditions where, folks are afraid to have person-to-person contact because of the germs that are lurking, I do see this as a huge movement. And I really think it would be smart for brick and mortar stores to kind of get more on board with it. Almost at this point, you have to have some type of online presence if you're going to survive. And I love to see other people, do the Facebook Live. It's something that I feel that I'm growing into. That's another thing that is a part of my comfort zone, getting out there. But I see great results when I just take that step and just do it,
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest challenge, of getting out of my own head. And that might be the challenge of other folks that are having brick and mortar stores. We just got to get out of our own head and just go for it and just try it. And I know that's something that I'm learning with. And with Facebook Live, it's also taught me that I'm not going to be perfect at this, but it's really okay. And people actually enjoy seeing that, okay, Crystal's human. She's stumbling over her words just like I would. And it kind of empowers us that, like, okay, well, if Crystal's doing it and, she fumbled like that, I can do it.
I love it. You're so right. And Crystal, I sincerely mean this. Like, your comfort and level, you're so much more relaxed now versus the first one we've done. I mean, don't you? How you're sitting? It's like you and I are just chilling and having a conversation. And another thing she's done extremely well with Renee's boutique, Crystal done, is she has other folks on her Facebook Live because there's power in numbers, and each of them are evangelists for each other's respective brands and businesses. I mean, what's that been like? Of kind of working together and joining forces for these live streams that are awesome, Crystal.
Thank you, Jerry. Well, I decided to have folks join me because it was a part of getting more comfortable with it first. Because I just, as I said, it was something I wasn't comfortable with. And so I know, the first one, the very first Facebook Live pop-up I did, I had my girlfriends Carla and Naireen do it with me. And I just remember they put me at such ease by them just being present with me. And I was able to relax and focus. And that helped out my sales, as well as, it got them comfortable. And Naireen was like, oh, I'm going to sell Mary Kay with you next time. and so we play off of each other. We work together. Because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. I really want to see other small businesses work together. And if this is not the time, I don't know when another time like this will be. It's so important for us to work together to try to keep each other in business at this point.
Perfect way to end. Crystal crushes it. Crystal Napier, she joins us Wednesdays here on the I Love CVille show. Renee's boutique, it's fabulous. It's her business, woman-owned business. Follow her on Facebook. Give her a like, give it a share. Get on her Instagram. Support her, man. She is awesome. Crystal, you rock. I'm so grateful for your patience here as we figured out this, but this worked out well. And I hope you. I'll watch on Friday.
Please do. I hope you find something for Mrs. Miller too.
Hey, she's watching, Crystal. She's watching. You have a good one, my friend.
Okay.
Take care.
All right. Take care.
Oh man, she is awesome. Absolutely awesome. I really do. And Stephanie Duncan, we're going to go to you in about 60 seconds. I'm going to tell her to send me your cell number in case we have to call you. Make sure we have an on-screen graphic in case we have to do it via phone with Stephanie J-Dubs. Couple of things I was thinking about. You know how we were talking with restaurants? And in restaurants, we were saying how like there's going to be this ghost kitchen concept, and the ghost kitchen is, no inside dining. So what Chipotle is doing outside West Point, in upstate New York is you cannot go inside Chipotle to eat or drink. You can only use your phone and a smartphone app on your phone to order. And when you get to Chipotle, there's two lines for you. There are the customers that ordered via the smartphone app, and then the other line is for third-party delivery like DoorDash, Postmates, or Grubhub. That's the only two options. Don't go inside, right? So long story short, restaurants are evolving because of COVID and because of smartphones and because of social media. Restaurants are evolving into this like ghost kitchen type concept. Some of them are. And the ghost kitchen is use an app or a website on your phone to order food, go to a small footprint, pick up your food from a window or outside and leave and don't stay on site. Ghost kitchen concept. Is the future of retail a ghost brick and mortar? Is the future of retail going online for live streams where your hours are 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. for the live stream, and from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., someone who owns a retail store has a setup like this, and from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., the people that work for the retail store are not folding clothes or hanging shirts. They're instead content creators that work as influencers for the retail brand. This is brilliant, by the way. Okay, that's the future. It's not brick and mortar retail on West Main. You need massive foot traffic to get people in your door, and then you hope you sell some SKUs. It's 300 square foot, live stream studio, anywhere you want. It's build a massive social media following. Its open hours are 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. live stream on social media, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter, Snapchat, TikTok, all the cameras on, the content creators. And it's the brands you trust sitting down in front of microphones like this, talking about items they have for sale with a gateway link on screen for you to purchase. That might be the future. It's happening in China. I follow the Chinese trends closely. It's happening in China right now. I'm going to reach out to Stephanie Duncan. She knows marketing inside and out. This is going to be her second rodeo here on the I Love CVille show. And Judah, we may need to do this over the phone as well. We will see. I have Stephanie on air. Judah, do you have an on-screen graphic for Stephanie too?
I've got it ready if I need it.
Okay. Hey, Stephanie, can you hear me? Oh, nice. I can see you, but I cannot hear you, though. I cannot hear you. I know, but we got this. We figured this out with Crystal. I wonder if this might be something on our end. So here's what I'm going to do, Stephanie, is I'm going to call you. But when I do call you, we're going to have to get you to turn off your Skype speaker, but not your video, because that way there'll be feedback. So if you turn off that speaker, I'm going to call you momentarily here. Hold on one second. So 540-250. I'm calling you 540-250. Hold on. 7073. All right, I'm getting you right now. Stephanie, thank you for working with us here. I'm ringing you as we speak. Judah, we're going to get her on phone, and she's got hers turned off. Stephanie, I got you. Do you got me?
I got you.
All right, we're making do here. We have your video, Stephanie, and then the audio is coming in through the phone. So everything is working well. We're doing the best we can here. Stephanie Duncan, her second rodeo on the show. Her energy and it is contagious. I love everything that her family's doing from an entrepreneur standpoint. Before we go into some current events, introduce yourself and then the family business again, por favor.
You got it. Okay, so first of all, let me start by saying Chris was a hard act to follow.
Right?
So thanks for that.
And I didn't even I don't have my life together, so I don't have a cool background like she did. She did so good. So I'm going to do my best, but knowing that Crystal just nailed it. Okay. I'm Stephanie Duncan with Harmony Harvest Farm. We are your local flower farm over in Weir's Cave, right over the mountain from CVille. We go to CVille all the time, so we just, pretend like we're part of the community too. We are a fresh cut flower farm. We ship flowers nationwide, and we also do a lot of local parties, one of which is coming up in the next few weeks, and I'm really excited to talk about.
I'm excited to hear about this. So her family business making moves during COVID. We love spotlighting people that are innovating, and they are doing this. The show is yours, Stephanie.
Cool, yeah. So last time I was on, we talked more about, how our business really pivoted pretty hard because of COVID, and now we ship bouquets nationwide, and it's the funnest thing we've ever done. We had no idea how much shipping flowers to, just people. So it's been super fun, and this year, so it's our third year, we're going to have our annual holiday market. This year we're doing things a little bit differently because if you've been to our holiday market before, it's usually in our little shop, but obviously we don't want to do that this year. But we are having an actual event. We're going to do it on the 28th and the 5th, so there's 2 whole Saturdays where you can come to our open air barn. We will have, you do have to wear a mask, and I am a little bit of a bully sometimes, so be careful. And we've been making wreaths. We have green wreaths and greenery swags and dried flower goodies and a bunch of stuff. And I'm, again, not as cool as Crystal because I don't have all my props to show people all the stuff. But you can find everything on our event page on Facebook, which you can just look us up, Harmony Harvest Farm. But yeah, it's going to be interesting because we actually are kind of got our wheels turning, and it was funny that you were talking about doing virtual stuff because we're definitely trying to figure out how we can bring to this, which is kind of terrifying because we haven't had anything live before, but hey, right, you got to try it.
So you're going to do it?
I think so.
That's awesome.
We're going to get through our first market. So our first holiday market, which again is that Saturday right after Thanksgiving, it's Small Business Saturday. We're going to get through that because that's usually our kind of craziest one. But we keep making stuff for the next market, and we keep making stuff. So we're trying to figure out how we can make this virtual because as a lot of the stuff we can ship. So even if you are, don't feel like coming to the farm, we can ship stuff right off the farm. So we're kind of terrified because we don't know how to do that, but I think we might have to figure it out, right?
I think you should. I've gotten 6, 7 different messages from moms asking if you're going to have a Santa Claus.
No.
7 different. Can we get a Santa Claus?
Can we get you guys want a Santa Claus?
7 different messages from moms asking about Santa Claus, and they would drive out to you and pay you for Santa Claus.
Oh my gosh! Okay.
What if we did?
Talk about it. How terrible is that?
What if we did a Santa setup at your farm? It's outside.
Yeah.
And you charged tickets, and they were $29.95 for 15 minutes with Santa, and the parents can do it, and you figure out a COVID-safe way to get photos with Kris Kringle. Because all the malls and the inside places are canceling them. So
Hey, this is great. I'm coming up. Yeah. Okay. Get a Santa. I think I can get a Santa.
And you're outside already.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We're the market is kind of inside, but it's in an open air barn. So and we are limiting occupancy, like I said. But a Santa.
I bet you, Stephanie.
Oh, okay.
I bet you would sell 500 tickets at $30 a piece.
That is something. Y'all would spend $30 to hang out with Santa for 15 minutes.
If they can't, do you remind me? You moved from Charlotte, right?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Do you have? We only know each other through the show. Do you have any kids?
No, not yet. But our family does.
Okay.
Yes.
All the moms are talking about where the heck they're going to get the photo with Santa.
No kidding. That's so true.
And you are like the most entrepreneurial, creative person in the world.
Oh, yeah, and I'm there also, I like to take on a challenge, and that's interest Santa, huh? Okay, all right. Hey, y'all just got to tell me what you want, and I'm all over it, okay?
Especially in her background, if memory serves correct, is marketing and social and digital. And I have a feeling if you challenge this lady in something with her skill set of marketing, social, and digital, that she would blow it up on social media.
I'm just going to come on here all the time and have y'all tell me what you want, because this is fun.
All right, get us out of here on this note. And Stephanie Duncan is A+ people. We're going to have her back on again. She's just like a joy to chat with in a live interview setting. All right, get us out of here on this note. We have we have about 40 days or so, 45 days until New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, when we're all going to toast 2020 and say, we're done with you.
Yeah.
How about a message to everybody that's watching this program as we navigate the holidays, Stephanie Duncan?
A message. Wow, you want something profound. Okay. I would say, just don't let it go. That's my message. Let it go. It ain't gonna be perfect. It don't have to be perfect. It's still gonna happen. You're going to eat turkey. You might not be able to eat turkey with everybody you normally eat turkey with. You're going to open presents. It may not be the same presents that you normally would, open. It's all right. It'll still happen. We're all going to be fine. Just let it go. Let's just shove this one under the rug, move on into 2021, because it's going to be awesome.
Yes. That was good. That was a hell of a toast. I think you should give the toast on New Year's Eve.
For who?
For everybody.
The world. Okay. That's risky. Risky.
I'm gonna message to Judah. We will reach out to you in December because I want to see what's happening in December at the farm.
Yeah. Oh yeah, let's do it. Hey, maybe I'll go live. Maybe I'll be over there finally, because I feel like every time I do this, I'm never there. But I'll do it there, and then y'all can see all the dead plants. It'll be real fun. I'm just kidding.
I know you are. You have a good day. Thank you for joining us.
Okay, thank you. You guys are the best. Have a great one.
You too, Stephanie Duncan. Who's gonna solve it? Who's gonna solve the Kris Kringle conundrum? The Santa Claus conundrum. I mean, you can't get a photo with the guy. Someone's going to solve it and make a lot of money. Someone will solve it in Charlottesville and make a lot of money. Couple things I want to get out of the notebook before I get to comments. Spotlight the Instagram. If you're not following I Love CVille on Instagram, you're not following the third largest account in Central Virginia. The largest is the University of Virginia, its Instagram account. The second largest account is the City of Charlottesville Instagram. I Love CVille, we are the third largest Instagram community in a 50-mile radius, 60-mile radius of Charlottesville, Virginia. Follow us. News, entrepreneurs, photos, restaurants, ideas, what's for sale, what's not for sale. Basically, it's turning into the front page of the town newspaper, our Instagram account. Other items I want to get out of the notebook. On Saturday, UVA plays Abilene Christian, a team no one has ever heard of. Remember, UVA needed to make up an out-of-conference game because of COVID. We initially had Georgia on the docket. The Georgia game was canceled. We then had VMI. VMI season was canceled. Now we're playing Abilene Christian, some team we've never heard of. How bad is this team? Well, they're so bad, Las Vegas will not release a line for this game. We are now Wednesday at 1:27 p.m. and Las Vegas has not released a betting line for Saturday's contest with Abilene Christian at Scott Stadium for a 4 o'clock kickoff in Charlottesville. That's how bad this team is. Okay. Our next headline, boys and girls, comes from what to expect from high school sports. Why is this topic not being covered? If Governor Ralph Northam is limiting attendance at high school events to 25 people. His new ordinance, his new COVID restrictions are limiting high school sporting event attendance and all indoor and outdoor gatherings to 25 people or less. So if a basketball team, two basketball teams, Albemarle High School, Greg Maynard's Patriots against the Monticello Mustangs, or let's say it's Albemarle High School and Greg Maynard's Albemarle High School Patriots against Western Albemarle High School and Darren Maynard's Western Albemarle Warriors. If you can only have 25 people in attendance, let's say it's 12 for Western and 12 for Albemarle. Those 12 people are probably going to be one parent from each kid on the roster. That's probably how they're going to break it up. How are high school coaches going to recruit basketball players this winter in Virginia after Ralph Northam has limited attendance to 25 people for basketball games? It's a very legitimate question. How are high school kids going to be recruited to play at the collegiate level if college coaches cannot watch them play the sport they've been playing their entire life? I mean, think about it. The governor has not thought about it. We're thinking about that. Is a generation of high school athletes going to go under-recruited? Are the parents that have money, means, and access to technology going to get their kids recruited because they can create highlight reels with professional photographers and videographers and people who edit those reels, and then having the means and time to distribute the highlight reels to coaches via mail, email, snail mail, whatever it may be? Does that mean the parents with money that have time to create these sizzle reels and these highlight clips will get their kids recruited at clips and frequencies that folks that don't have money and don't have the time to create video highlight reels for their kids? The governor hasn't thought about stuff like this. Rich kids are going to get recruited faster and more easier because their parents have money to create highlight tapes. That's what happens when you keep coaches from going to basketball games or winter sports if you're a junior and senior in high school. No one's talking about that. The Washington football team has a COVID case, its first COVID case of the season. The Washington football team is doing the best it can to contain COVID. Frankly, the team is horrible, and I hope as a fan of the Washington football team, we finish dead last in the National Football League, and we draft Trevor Lawrence. And I hope the Trevor Lawrence era starts with the Washington football team. The New York Jets are doing their best to beat Washington for the worst record in the National Football League. Ty Jerome was traded to Oklahoma City in a deal that involved future Hall of Famer Chris Paul. Ty Jerome goes from a crowded Phoenix backcourt to a crowded OKC backcourt. Ty Jerome's got game. His brother just committed to a college. He played in 31 games last year, averaged just over 3 points a game, just over 1.4 assists per game. He's hoping to build upon a decent rookie year. He's going to do it in a new uniform, a Phoenix, an Oklahoma City Thunder uniform. I wish you the best of luck, Ty Jerome. You're one of my favorite players to play for the University of Virginia. One more item out of the notebook, Miami Hurricanes news. 3 games rescheduled for the Miami Hurricanes due to COVID-19. This is pretty significant because Miami has a pretty darn good football team, and the Hurricanes are still in the race for an ACC championship. It's looking like you got Notre Dame, Clemson, and Miami playing with an ACC championship. Hurricanes have one loss, that loss to Clemson. So rescheduling 3 games for the Hurricanes is something to follow if you follow the Atlantic Coast Conference. All right, Judah, let's let them know how they can save $288 through Ting Fiber Internet, please. ilovecville.ting.com, 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 and you get Ting Fiber Internet at the best price possible, a $288 savings only through ilovecville.ting.com. All right, it's pretty obvious that the 3 topics have gotten a lot of traction here on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, Snapchat, TikTok, YouTube, direct message, text message, and email on today's show. And those 3 topics are the sale of Durty Nelly's, the need for somebody locally to figure out how to get photos with Santa safely in COVID-19, and whoever figures that out, I think legitimately can do 5 figures in the next 45 days Depending on how hard you work, $15,000 to $75,000 in revenue is waiting to be picked up by somebody. And then the other topic that has gotten a lot of people talking about is the future retail store, which could be people like this, but instead of people folding jeans or hanging shirts or greeting customers in person, it's going to be content influencers that work for the retail brand that sit in a setting like this and talk about the product they have for sale online and why they like it. I'm watching literally this happen in China. And one of the things I do is I follow Eastern trends from Asia closely, and trends from big cities closely, because that's what allows me to stay ahead of the game. Hope Dudley Wood, interested in Durty Nelly's. Aaron King says someone should buy Durty Nelly's for me. Aaron, you would run a hell of a bar. I truly mean that. Channing Gibb says Crystal Napier looks so beautiful. Channing Gibb says Crystal is absolutely fabulous. Patty Zeller's watching at Animal Connection. I'm thinking Animal Connection needs to get a Santa at Ix Art Park in December and donate the proceeds to their choice of Green Dogs Unleashed, Caring for Creatures, Dogs Deserve Better, Blue Ridge, or the House Project. There you go. There you go, Patty. I'm going to give you a heart for that. Someone's going to solve the Santa conundrum. Someone is going to solve the Kris Kringle conundrum and make a lot of money. And in the process of making a lot of money, they can be social entrepreneurs or conscious capitalists and donate some money to charity as well. Someone's going to do that. Stephanie Walsh says, Jerry, I love your program. I try to watch as much as possible. We were talking with our mom's group over the weekend that we were uncertain where to get Santa Claus photos done. You were so right with your guest, Stephanie. We would drive at least an hour, and we've driven to Shore Pup in the past for photos with Santa Claus. Please keep us posted on who's going to do this in our area. Someone's going to do this. Jamie, I would very much encourage you to check your Facebook messages, Jamie Schwartz, because that's an idea of $15,000 to $75,000 for Picasso Swig waiting to happen in 5th Street Station. All right, Daily Digest is 5 o'clock. Brooks is watching in Philadelphia. What's up, Brooksy? Brooks says, Jerry, let's buy Durty Nelly's. I thought about it. My wife would kill me if I owned a bar. I mean, she would be there. Don't get me wrong. My wife likes to party. She just knows that her husband really likes to party. I'll tell you what. I would support you. I don't want to own it. I'll go there and drink beer, but I don't want to own the bar. You don't want me owning the bar anyway. I mean, I would bring a hell of a lot of customers and blow it up across I Love CVille. I thought about creating an I Love CVille tap room and using I Love CVille to drive attention for the bar. But then I realized that I shouldn't own a bar. It's like when I was a Phi Kappa Psi at UVA, that's the big fraternity at the end of the Mad Bull down Rugby Road, the iconic fraternity at UVA. That's what we were, Phi Kappa Psi. I was the social chair and the rush chair. These crazy people gave me a credit card to go spend money at Coupe de Villes and the Biltmore and recruit people to the fraternity. I mean, it was like a freaking dream job. Charlie is watching the program. Charlie says, what about a horse-drawn sleigh? They like the idea. I mean, I'm telling you, I think I just got this Santa idea on 18 different entrepreneurs or radars today on today's program. Someone needs to come up with a Santa concept for Charlottesville and drum it and push it hard for the next 45 days. And if you're willing to bust your tail, you can make, I would say, $25,000 to $75,000. Here's the business model. Create a safe COVID place for parents to get a photo with Santa Claus. Do it outside if you can. Have a nice backdrop. Sell 15-minute slots. How many 15-minute slots are in an hour, Judah? 4? There's 4 15-minute slots in an hour. If you do this 9 to 9 p.m., you have to bust your ass, okay? Do it 9 to 9 p.m. That's 4 slots times 12 hours, 9 to 9 p.m. 48 slots in a day. between now and Christmas, let's say you work hard for 48 days. So 48 slots from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. times 40 days. You're going to work 40 days straight. Okay? Who in the Bible did something for 40 days and 40 nights?
Noah?
What? He rode the ark for 40 days and 40 nights, right?
Yeah.
If Noah can ride a damn ark with 2 damn giraffes and 2 damn pandas and 2 damn dogs, and if Noah can get on an ark with 2 damn cats and 2 damn cheetahs and 2 damn parakeets and parrots, you can do 40 days straight of 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. photography work for Santa Claus. So 4 15-minute slots per hour. 12 hours a day times 4 slots. That's 48 slots per day. You're going to work 40 days in a row. 48 times 40 is 1,920 slots. I think you legitimately can charge $29.95. 1,920 slots times 29.95. I just figured out a way for you to make $57,000 in the next 40 days. And that's why people pay me $2.95 an hour to assess their brand and help them make money. Did you hear that, Mrs. Miller? That's a $57,000 business in the next 40 days if you work 9 to 9 for the next 40 days. I think your overhead on something like that, let's just say your overhead on something like that is, just call it $57,504. Let's say your overhead is $17K. You just net $40,000 for 40 days. Who's going to do it? What's up, Dave Varell? All right, I got to get out of here. We're making a lot of people too much money today on this program. That's the show. Talk Charlottesville. Get creative. We brainstorm. We use this God-given noggin that he's put between my ears to get creative. I'm Jerry Miller. Take care. Dude, $57,000 for someone to set up a Santa set like a manger. Joseph, Mary, Santa. I mean, it doesn't have to be Joseph and Mary, but you get what I'm saying? Like a setting for Santa. Have a nice little backdrop. Have Santa Claus, a chair, and some elves. Sell 15-minute slots. You make 57G. 57G. Snapping a photo. That's a brilliant freaking idea. You know that is a brilliant idea.